Oh boy. I got up at 6:30 this morning. Jamie and I made the terrible mistake of watching a movie at 10 o'clock last night and didn't go to bed until midnight. Decent movie called Purple Heart on Netflix. Pretty good movie. We were both exhausted because she works this morning, so she had to get up at 5:30. I got up at 6:30. The only reason I slept in a little late, I slept in a little later than I was planning to, is because I have a 4-hour gig tonight. I'm like, I don't want to be, like 4 hours is a long gig. Typical gigs with 3 hours, but 4 hours, the extra hour makes such a difference on your body and voice. But so I was like, you know, let me just sleep in a little extra. So I got up, went for a run, and then after the run I started cutting the lawn, which between that and the weed whacking and all that stuff, it took like an hour and a half. Whew. So it's like 10 o'clock right now. I'm heading down to the farmer's market because there's not a ton of stuff for breakfast, so I figured I'd get fruit down there, eat some breakfast, do my devotional, and then head over to the gym and shoot some video for the gym. I think that it might officially be time. I think I'm putting a post on the online and seeing if there's any like 17, 16, 15, 20-year-old kid that wants to cut my lawn every week. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what it is about cutting the lawn, but it has always been such a hard thing for me. Look at this. Corn in the front yard. But at this point I'm like, if I could find somebody for a relatively fair price, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. It takes away from the gratitude of the house that I have. That's what really happened. I'm really grateful for the house. I love the house that I have, and cutting lawn takes away from that gratitude. 4.
No, those little ones.
4. Let's see what we got. We got some fresh peaches. We got some fresh blueberries. We got some fresh blackberries. Looking good, baby. Looking good. Hey, Bill, you having a good Saturday, buddy? You having a good Saturday? So I have this safe from years ago that I used to bring to gigs. So I actually used to play a ton of shows. I used to play at restaurants and bars and stuff a ton, but I also used to play a ton of shows, like, you know, just venues and stuff, and just playing my own music. Very much so in like the 2014, 2015, maybe 2016 era. And like I would have a whole merch box and everything. Like I'd have a whole bunch of stuff. But I haven't used it in forever. I mean, this concert that I'm doing in the fall is the first concert that I'm doing in years. But there's stuff in here. I seem to have lost the key, so we're gonna try to open it. There we go. The thing I was looking for wasn't even in here. This is funny. 616 farmer's market. Come on, where's my square, man? You know what? I think I gave the square away. I think that's what happened. On a different note, though, this is kind of fun. I used to sign these when I would play gigs. I would sign them so that I could give them away one day. Hopefully, I was like, when I'm famous one day, like these would be cool. Like I played. I don't know what the gig this was, but this was 7/7/16. So you can go back in my journal actually and see what gig I played there. And I used this pick and I signed it. Look at Tomato Land over here. This is so crazy, man. We got so many tomatoes. It's absurd. Oh man, I hope they all like turn properly. And look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Over here we got a bunch over there, and over here, a bunch over here, a ton up there. You see those guys up there? Bunch over there. You can see them through there. Tomato Land, baby. Tomato Land. Look at this. Someone's starting to turn. Well, shoot. I literally just booked my Airbnb this morning for Chicago, which thank God I booked it this morning because it's actually refundable. But I just got a text from the host saying that they have to cancel, which stinks very much so. One, because I was looking forward to it. Two, because I believe my air tickets are non-refundable. So I might just try to find a new option. See if I can play something else in Chicago. That sucks. So I showed you my corn in my front yard, but this is my radish and beet section that I converted in my front yard. Doesn't it look good? Look at that. How cool is that? That radish is growing over there. Bunch of radishes. Oh, like 50, probably like 50 radishes. That's almost about a month old. This is probably about a week and a half. And these just went in this week. These are the beets. So I am really, really bummed about this Chicago situation. Oh shoot, man! My windows are open. Okay. Wow, and it's getting all wet in here. But yeah, man, I found out. I started getting frustrated and stressed, and I was like, you know what? Hold on a sec. And I made it a point to pray and be like, look, God, you're still in control. Everything's gonna be fine. You knew this was gonna happen. Sucks, I'm frustrated, but it's gonna be okay. I haven't responded to the guy yet. Don't really know how to respond, so I'm actually gonna call the friend to kind of vent about the situation and ask for advice on how to handle it, especially because like I booked these flights because on their word. Now I'm out $220. Let me call him because I just don't know how to. I don't know what to do.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man? You have 2 seconds? The beauty of friendship, man. 2 minds are greater than one very often. And I'm glad I called because got some good advice on how to handle the situation. And also just as a reminder of perspective of like, hey, the story's not over yet. God's always been in control, and it could be like he's like could be weaving some really cool thing that might end up happening. You know, I could the flights are unrefundable, so either I have 2 options. I still like I've tried to book something new, or I cancel all completely and just eat the cost. So essentially, it's like, okay, God, like, what do you want me to learn? What do you have in store? Like, what? There's so many options that could happen. And it reminded me of the time that I was in Minneapolis and all the things that went wrong, or I thought went wrong, but how many good things came out of it. Like $500 in flight credits, like me meeting some really cool people, like so many things that happened that I thought were problems that ended up being blessings in return. Alright, just got back from the dollar store, so I've been trying to figure out a way to like nicely put my Venmo and my information and my information when I'm doing gigs in front of me, so and also include my Venmo, because it's like a really modern way to get tips, because a lot of people don't carry cash. So how much more will you get if you have like a Venmo, or like I even have my Square credit card thing. So I had the idea yesterday of using a frame, so I went to the dollar store and got a $1, it's a $1.25 store, not the dollar store anymore. But I got a $1 frame. I'm gonna design a little thing, put it in here, and we'll have a QR code that they can scan, and they'll bring them right to my Venmo. Yeah,